I made a fully functioning Terraria Minishark in real life and put it up against the most iconic Terraria enemies. So, will the mobs be able to stop my bullets? Well, let's find out. I'm gonna walk you through step by step of the building process at the very beginning, and I started off with an M4 carbine replica weapon. At least, I'm pretty sure it's an M4 carbine replica. You'd have to like Google it. I don't really know. But anyways, we got a weapon. Let's transform it. The very first thing I did is take the magazine out and cover the entire weapon with tape. This is because later within the video I actually need to paint the entire weapon, and I do not want my real weapon getting stained, right? Of course, it cost me like $200. We don't really want the gun to go to waste. I still need to commit heinous acts of violence, you know? That is a joke. Anyways, we slowly wrapped the whole thing in tape. I didn't want the magazine to be covered in tape as I do not want to paint that at all whatsoever. And then soon after this, I went to show it off to the camera. As you can see, I mean, this is pretty neat. We have the whole thing wrapped in tape, and let's continue, I guess, to the next step, which is cutting up newspaper. The reason I need a bunch of newspaper is because we're going to make paper mache essentially covering the entire weapon, and for that, of course, newspaper is the best thing to use as it's probably thicker than just regular paper. And you know, I've just seen like a bunch of arts and crafts girls do this, so you know, why not do it myself? I then went to go grab a bowl and fill it up with water. I went by one of these online recipes on how to make paper mache without actually using glue, which required me some flour and water, and it was literally that simple. I just had to mix some flour and water together. I mean, I remember back in high school we had to use, you know, like glue or something. I don't really know what it was, maybe like the stuff that comes out of dudes' peepees, but I digress. This was in high school. This was way back in the day when we didn't know the recipes to paper mache, you know? You were using some other red stuff that was sticky. Anyways, as soon as this was done, I just finished up more of the taping process. I put on my surgical gloves and I went to town on the weapon. I would essentially like brush the little pieces of newspaper and then stick it onto the weapon, and I just went through this process quite a while until basically the whole weapon was covered. And I did this countless times off camera, but I let it dry out for one day, and as you can see, the weapon looks quite sleek now. I compared it to the weapon on my laptop, and that's kind of the look that I was going for, except not like fully, because that was 3D modeled. No one has actually made this in real life before. That's one surprising thing too. I've actually never seen anybody make a real life Terraria weapon, so I hope I start like a new trend and more people just start doing more IRL Terraria content. That'd be so dope to see, wouldn't it? Because I wanted to buy like an online mini shark, but nobody sells those. Yo, tell me if I should start selling online mini sharks, bro. It's like a bunch of kids running around with weapons. Yo, that'd be hilarious. Anyways, as I previously mentioned off screen, I did end up making a couple more layers of the paper mache just because that was really boring and it was just like you guys would just click off the video. Instead of that, I decided to just cut that part out, and here we started painting, right? Here we're painting everything. I'll put up kind of like the look that I'm going for on screen, but essentially I made the whole stock up until a magazine section brown, and then I covered the entire tip black. After those two dried out, I finished up the black coloring on the middle of the weapon, and then I flipped it and did the exact same thing to the other side. I then made a couple more layers just because I didn't really want to see the newspaper everywhere. You know, it'd be kind of a pain just to like see clearly that the thing is covered in newspaper. It'd be no fun and have no immersion whatsoever. So you know, we're doing it quite good. We're doing it quite good. I then painted a line on the stock and started painting little eyeballs and the gills for the mini shark, and I also gave it an eye, and then later on I finished in the red dot within the eye. Once again, I'll show you the reference model that I'm using for this. It was actually quite cool, and I'm basically going off this model the entire video. Of course, it's not going to look perfect because, well, there's a lot more stuff to do than just like drawing a 2D art piece on a PC. Like, you know, I actually have to make this thing work. But once everything had dried up, I then started essentially just cutting out every single part that I needed to make the weapon function. So essentially I cut out where the magazine would go, and then I had to use my other reference weapon because I actually have two of these. Yeah, I have two. I had to grab the reference weapon to see exactly where the trigger was, as I needed to cut out both parts of the trigger or else I just wouldn't be able to shoot it, like, of course. And then as soon as that was done, I also had to cut out the area where I could switch the firing mode. So on assault rifles, you usually have 3 different firing modes, right? There's the safety, then there's the single fire, and then there is the fully automatic. And you know, you need to flip it with a switch, and the switch isn't open. So I spent the rest of this time just cutting out a little hole for that, and here is the finished product. I mean, one side looks pretty quirky, but the rest, I mean, looks really good. And that's gonna be for editing Boio. I'm gonna switch on to the camera and show you everything, show you exactly how this works. It's crazy. So I guess we're now able to switch to the phone. I hope the audio quality isn't too horrible, but we finished up all of this stuff. I've got a couple of slimes. I've made some Terraria slimes. I've got an ice slime as well. It's even more powerful. And now we're actually going to go and test out the mini shark in like the limited space that I have in my porch. Let's hope I don't get everything too messy. Let's hope the dogs don't bark up everything, but let's get right to it. Here's the goofy ass slime. I hope it's not like, it's a little bit cringe, but look, I'm not here to make a slime. I'm here to make the mini shark. Get on with this. So I brought this back into the room just to check on some of the damage. As you can see, we grazed it a few times. We got some of the musket balls stuck in there. That is correct. I'm going to call them musket balls. I wonder if any actually went completely through, because I can see that a lot grazed, but did any of them actually like get through? I can't see any good entry ports that actually like made it through. I think the slime is actually stopping all of the bullets. There's one that came through here. This one almost came out the other end. Let's try shooting this a little bit more before we move on to the ice one. I actually got a few other ones, so let's try this out. But this time we're actually going to go full auto. Yeah, I don't really know about you, but this thing looks completely messed up. There's definitely some that I saw go completely through. So I say this is a success. Mini Shark versus slime absolutely demolished the slime. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. You can see some of the paths that went completely through. That's pretty neat. I have another slime that's just like this one. I'll put that guy on full auto. Did this shatter? Do you see this? Our little makeshift musket ball shattered. The BB shattered. That's crazy. The slime is strong. Can we find any other ones that shattered? I wonder why. Okay, so I kind of messed up taking this one out. As you can see, it has like a little crown. But this is what it looks like before. And now just wait for what it looks like after.
Bro, you missed every shot. What you talking about, man? That man did... What?
Absolute chaos. I got it all over my phone and everything. The tray almost fell down. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Inspecting this, let's see what we can find. It just basically cut through. Everything just cut through. Nothing is left. I see like one BB in there somewhere, or like near the end here where they should have come through, but I guess they didn't. You can kind of see their trajectory though. I see some smaller like broken sharp pieces of BBs, but I think they fell out already. Oh my god. Let's get on to the very last one. Our little makeshift king slime, I guess, which is completely frozen and it has so much more like defense than these ones. These are just jello. The other one is like ice. Spoon doesn't even work. Not even a knife works. How do I get this thing out? Oh my god. It's completely frozen. My fingers can get like stuck to it. Don't lick this thing, bro. Okay, so after like a million years of trying to get this thing open, I think I got it. I think it's finally ready to come out. Thought it'd be bigger, but that's fine. Ran out of ammo, didn't anticipate this, but now I have to reload. To press the button somewhere, there's a button somewhere that releases the mag. I have no clue where it is. Oh, I got it. Gotta add more musket balls. So I guess this is the final results of our so-called slime. It's completely demolished from one side, but nothing went through. I'll still try to recharge the gun because it ran out of battery, and we'll try to put it up like vertically and try to destroy it.
Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to see another video like this, drop a like, and if this gets over 10,000 likes, I will make an IRL Eye of Cthulhu. That is correct. No other YouTuber steal that idea. I already trademark it right here. It's only for me, only for me. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It'd be amazing to have you a part of the Boio community. But anyways, this has been Boio. Peace out.